Hey everyone, today I'm reviewing one of the most beloved and infamous coasters out there, Fury 325. This coaster is infamous among coaster enthusiasts, but not everyone is a coaster enthusiast, so I'll give a little breakdown of it. Fury 325 is a B&M Giga coaster located at Carowinds. Let's get the stats out of the way. If you couldn't tell from the name, Fury 325 is 325 feet tall, has a drop of 320 feet at an 81-degree angle, it has a length of 6,602 feet of track, and it also reaches a top speed of 95 miles an hour. Now onto the actual review of this coaster. When you approach the coaster, you are greeted with Fury's Plaza. This plaza isn't anything extravagant, but it sets a tone well for the ride. There are hexagons everywhere, along with Fury's sign. This is a sleek looking sign, and both of these things introduce you to Fury's Hornet theme. Yeah, Fury 325 actually has a theme, or at least a very loose theme. You see, the theming is very limited in the queue, and even more limited during the actual ride itself. This ride does not need extravagant theming, because this isn't what the ride is going for. It mostly seems like it is there to make the coaster and surrounding areas look visually appealing. You then enter the queue. The queue is mostly a bunch of switchbacks, although you get a good view of an illuminated green hexagon that Fury passes through while exiting the station, as well as the lift hill. You then climb up some stairs, and then you board your train. Sadly, the ride ops did not let us choose our row when we went. I don't know if this is standard procedure or if it was just a busier day. We were lucky enough to get the back row though, which I was ecstatic about. Once you are boarded, you then dispatch and traverse the lift hill. This lift hill moves the train at a relatively fast speed. You also hear a spiel and some Hornet sound effects while climbing. Once you reach the top, you really know you're in for something special. Let me just say that this is one of the greatest first drops on a coaster ever. Remember, the descent angle is 81 degrees and the drop is only 5 feet shorter than the max height of the coaster itself. These two factors make for a good first drop alone. But what really sets it apart is how long you are falling at that steep angle of descent. Fury doesn't start to level out until you are really close to the ground, meaning you are out of your seat for a very long time. In the back row, we didn't return to our seats until we bottomed out on the ground. It is here where you reach your max speed of 95 miles an hour. The train then shoots back up into a high barrel turn. There are some great laterals here, and the train is flying. After this, you dive into an S-curve and fly into an overbank curve. These elements both deliver in every way possible. You lose no momentum through these elements and feel all the forces hitting you. You then fly over the park's entrance. It is here where Fury must turn around. This is usually B&M Coaster's weak spot, with a couple exceptions here and there. Thankfully for Fury, it is one of those exceptions. Fury features a unique turnaround element called the treble clef. The sideways airtime and laterals on this element are insane. But it doesn't end there. The train proceeds to dive under the entrance bridge through another group of illuminated green hexagons. This coaster seriously excels with its park interaction. Remember when I was talking about how this coaster's theming just helps to make it look really nice? This pretty much sums it up right here. After this, you then shoot out into a bank curve and into a camelback. These moments are solid elements, but the only downside is that the camelback features a trim brake, somewhat slowing down the train, which is hauling up until this moment. You're still going fast after this, but compared to 95 miles an hour, anything slower feels way slower. A large helix follows this. This element seems like the most pointless element on the ride, only added to extend the ride duration, which is not a bad thing inherently. I will say the head chopper that you get with the supports is a nice touch though. This isn't a bad element, but it's overshadowed by pretty much every other moment on this ride. Finally, the train enters a killer finale, back-to-back ejector airtime hills. These aren't your typical B&M floater airtime hills, these are pure ejector, and these deliver in every way you wouldn't expect on a B&M. You're thrown out of your seat. You finally entered a brake run, and your ride is over. If I had one takeaway after riding Fury, it was that I really loved it. And I think the reason I loved it so much was because of how different it felt compared to other B&M coasters I've been on, such as hyper coasters and loopers. This almost felt like an intimate Giga due to the unusual low to the ground elements combined with the sheer speed you travel at. My only complaint with this ride are the helix and the trim brake on the camelback, but even that is being a bit nitpicky. The lack of theming doesn't bother me because this ride travels so fast you wouldn't even notice it. For a final score, I would give Fury a 10. This coaster stands out from all the other B&M coasters in America, delivers on almost every element, and is just a pure adrenaline rush. I can see why this coaster put Carowinds back on the map, and I can confidently say that Carowinds will be a top park if it keeps receiving investments like this. If you enjoyed the review, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more theme park content. Remember to also hit that bell icon to receive notifications for whenever we post a video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.